If you're over 70 and noticing your hair getting thinner, weaker, or falling more than it used to, I want you to listen very carefully, because what I'm about to share may surprise you. For years, we've been told that biotin is the answer for hair health. Biotin shampoos, biotin tablets, biotin everything. But there is one humble seed protein that often works far better, especially for older adults. And almost no one is talking about it. Now let me say this gently. Hair loss after 50 is not just about age, it's about nourishment absorption. As we get older, the body does not digest and absorb nutrients the same way it once did. You can take the best supplement in the world, but if your gut cannot absorb it properly, it will not reach the hair follicles where it's needed most. Men after 50 often face several challenges at once. Reduced stomach acid makes protein digestion weaker. Blood flow to the scalp slows down. Stress hormones rise. Sleep becomes lighter. And many people eat less real food while relying more on pills. All of this affects the hair. Hair is not essential for survival. So when the body is under strain, it redirects nutrients away from the scalp to protect vital organs. This is why biotin alone often fails. Biotin is helpful, yes, but is only a helper nutrient. It does not build hair. Hair is made primarily of protein. Without enough usable protein, the body simply cannot produce strong hair strands, no matter how much biotin you take. And this is where the seed protein comes in. Certain seeds contain a complete and gentle protein that the aging digestive system can handle far better than heavy animal proteins or synthetic powders. This protein also comes packaged with minerals like zinc, magnesium, and copper, all of which are essential for hair strength, color, and growth. Another beautiful thing about this seed protein is that it supports the body in a balanced way. It helps stabilize blood sugar, supports the liver, and reduces inflammation. When inflammation comes down, the scalp environment improves, and when the scalp is healthy, hair has a chance to grow stronger and stay longer. I've seen many older individuals focus only on what they put on their hair or which supplement they swallow without addressing what the body truly needs. Hair is a reflection of internal health. When digestion improves, circulation improves, and nourishment is steady, hair often follows. Now let me tell you about the seed I mentioned, because this is where things begin to make sense. The seed that supports hair so beautifully in later years is pumpkin seed. And it's not just folklore or tradition. There is a very practical biological reason why pumpkin seed protein works so well. Especially for people over 70, pumpkin seeds are rich in a gentle, plant-based protein that the body can actually use. Unlike heavy proteins that require strong digestion, this one is easy on the stomach. As we age, our digestive fire weakens. That means even if we eat protein, we may not break it down properly. Pumpkin seed protein is already in a form the body recognizes and absorbs with far less effort. But protein alone is not the whole story. Pumpkin seeds contain zinc, and zinc is absolutely critical for hair. Zinc supports the tiny oil glands around hair follicles. When zinc is low, hair becomes dry, brittle, and more likely to fall. Many older adults are zinc deficient without realizing it because stress, medications, and refined foods all deplete zinc levels. Pumpkin seeds also contain magnesium, which helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach the scalp. Without good blood flow, even the best nutrients cannot reach the hair roots. This is one of the reasons hair thins with age. It's not just loss, it's lack of supply. Another important compound in pumpkin seeds is plant sterols. These support hormonal balance in a very gentle way. As men age, changes in hormone activity can affect hair health, especially around the scalp. Pumpkin seed compounds help reduce internal stress on the hair follicles without forcing the body in any unnatural direction. Now, you might be wondering why this works better than biotin. Biotin is like a spark plug. It helps the process, but it does not supply the building blocks. Pumpkin seed protein provides the bricks, the mortar and the support crew all at once. Protein builds the hair strand, minerals strengthen it, healthy fats nourish the scalp. It's a complete package. One more thing I want you to understand is consistency. Hair does not respond overnight. Hair grows slowly, and it reflects what the body was doing weeks ago. When you nourish the body daily with what it needs, hair quietly begins to improve. Shedding slows, texture improves, breakage reduces. These changes are subtle at first, but they add up. In older age, the goal is not fast results. The goal is steady support. Pumpkin seeds fit beautifully into this approach because they work with the body, not against it. They don't overstimulate. They don't stress the liver. They gently nourish day after day. Now let's talk about timing, because when you take something can be just as important as what you take. The body follows rhythms, and when we respect those rhythms, nourishment works far better. For older adults, especially over 70, the digestive system is usually strongest earlier in the day. This means pumpkin seed protein is best taken in the morning or around midday rather than late at night. A small handful of raw or lightly roasted pumpkin seeds in the morning works beautifully. You don't need a large amount. The body prefers gentle, steady nourishment, not overload. Chewing them well is important. Digestion begins in the mouth, and thorough chewing reduces the work the stomach has to do later. For those who find chewing difficult, pumpkin seed butter or finely ground seeds can be just as effective. Pairing pumpkin seeds with something simple helps absorption. A piece of fruit, warm water, or a light breakfast allows the body to process the protein smoothly. Avoid taking them with very heavy meals, especially those high in refined foods, because digestion becomes sluggish and nutrients may not be absorbed efficiently. Another key factor is hydration. Hair health depends heavily on proper fluid balance. As we age, the sense of thirst weakens, and many people simply don't drink enough water. Without adequate hydration, nutrients cannot move freely through the bloodstream. Starting the day with a glass of warm water supports digestion, circulation, and delivery of nutrients to the scalp. Lifestyle plays a huge role in whether hair can recover or not. One of the biggest enemies of hair health is chronic tension. When the body is under constant stress, blood flow is redirected away from the scalp. Simple habits like slow breathing, gentle walking, and spending time in natural light help calm the nervous system. A calm body nourishes hair far better than a tense one. Sleep is another pillar that cannot be ignored. Hair repair happens when the body rests. Shallow or interrupted sleep interferes with repair processes. Going to bed earlier, reducing screen exposure in the evening, and keeping the sleeping area dark and quiet can make a noticeable difference over time. Movement also supports hair health. You don't need intense activity. Gentle daily movement improves circulation and oxygen delivery. Even a slow walk stimulates blood flow to the scalp. The body was designed to move, and when movement stops, circulation suffers. One more thing I often remind people is to be patient with their body. Hair does not respond to panic or force. When you nourish consistently, rest properly, hydrate well, and reduce internal strain, the body begins to rebalance. Hair follows that balance. Now I want to talk about some common mistakes I see people make, because even the best natural foods won't help if they're used the wrong way. One of the biggest mistakes is expecting one food or one supplement to fix everything. The body doesn't work like that. Hair health is the result of many small supports working together. Another mistake is consuming seeds that are overly processed. Heavily salted, fried, or flavored pumpkin seeds lose much of their benefit. High heat damages delicate fats and reduces mineral availability. Raw or lightly dry roasted seeds are best. Simple, clean, and close to nature is always the safest approach. Some people also take far too much. More is not better. When the body receives excess protein or minerals, it must work harder to eliminate what it cannot use. This creates internal stress, and stress weakens hair. A small daily amount taken consistently supports the body gently and effectively. Another issue is poor digestion. If someone has bloating, heaviness, or discomfort after eating, nutrients may not be absorbed properly. In such cases, supporting digestion becomes essential. Eating slowly, avoiding cold drinks with meals, and keeping meals simple can make a big difference. The gut must be healthy for hair to be healthy. Many people also overlook the impact of sugar and refined foods. Excess sugar robs the body of minerals and increases inflammation. Inflammation tightens blood vessels and reduces circulation to the scalp. Even the best seed protein cannot overcome a diet that constantly strains the system. Reducing packaged foods and choosing whole, natural foods allows nutrients to do their job. Another mistake is focusing only on external hair care. Harsh shampoos, frequent washing, and chemical products can irritate the scalp and weaken hair over time. The scalp is skin, and it responds to gentleness. Using mild, natural cleansing methods and not overwashing helps protect the scalp's natural balance. I also want to mention sunlight. Moderate sunlight exposure supports vitamin D production, which plays a role in hair cycling and immune balance. A few minutes of gentle sunlight each day, especially in the morning, supports overall health. Of course, this should always be balanced and never excessive. One more thing people forget is gratitude and calm. It may sound simple, but emotional tension affects the body deeply. When the nervous system is constantly activated, repair processes slow down. Taking moments of stillness, breathing deeply, and appreciating small improvements helps shift the body into a healing state. Hair health in later years is about cooperation with the body, not control. When we stop fighting aging and instead support the body's needs, improvements often come naturally. Thicker hair, less shedding, and better texture are signs that the body is receiving what it needs. Let me bring everything together now, because simplicity is where true health usually lies. When you wake up in the morning, begin gently. A glass of warm water helps awaken digestion and circulation. This small habit prepares the body to receive nourishment instead of struggling to process it. Later in the morning, include your pumpkin seeds in a relaxed way. A small handful, chewed well or blended smoothly if needed, is enough. This provides gentle protein, essential minerals, and healthy fats that support not only hair but overall strength. Consistency matters far more than quantity. Day after day, this quiet nourishment builds results. As the day continues, choose foods that look like they came from nature. Simple vegetables, whole grains, fruits, and clean proteins support the blood, the liver, and digestion. When these systems work well, hair receives steady nourishment without force or strain. Avoid grazing constantly. Giving the digestive system breaks allows better absorption and repair. Movement should be gentle and regular. A daily walk, light stretching, or simple outdoor activity keeps circulation flowing. Blood carries nutrients, and without movement, that delivery slows. Even small amounts of daily movement make a difference over time, especially for the scalp. Hydration remains essential throughout the day. Sip water regularly rather than drinking large amounts at once. Well-hydrated blood flows more easily and delivers nutrients efficiently. Hair strands themselves rely on proper hydration to remain flexible and resilient. As evening approaches, begin to slow the pace. Dim lights, reduce noise, and step away from screens. The body needs signals that it is time to repair. Hair renewal happens during rest, not activity. A calm evening routine supports deeper, more restorative sleep. Sleep is when the body balances hormones, repairs tissues, and restores energy. Going to bed earlier, even by 30 minutes, can improve recovery over time. A rested body holds onto hair better than a tired one. I want you to remember this: hair loss in later years is not a personal failure. It is a message from the body asking for support. When you respond with nourishment, patience, and gentle care, the body often responds positively. You do not need expensive treatments or constant supplementation. You need simple foods, regular habits, calm living, and trust in the body's ability to heal when given the right conditions. If you found this helpful, take what resonates and apply it slowly. Small daily changes done consistently create the greatest results. Your body is always listening. When you care for it wisely, it shows that care in many ways, including healthier, stronger hair over time.